Hello everyone. Welcome to Keeping It Real by Housing.com. We are the longest running and top rated show in the real estate industry. In this episode, we have our special guest Ankita Sood, Head of Research, PropTiger.com, Housing.com and Makaan.com to talk about the continued bullishness in the real estate markets of Mumbai and Pune. Plus, what is a leave and license agreement? The details of all these and much more in this episode. There's something about Mumbai and Pune that stands out so far as the property market is concerned. These two cities remain the front runners both in terms of new project launches as well as property sales. Importantly, housing sales in these two cities have increased despite further interest rates on home loans not softening. To tap rising demand, real estate developers aggressively brought new projects to the market. For instance, during the third quarter, July to September, Mumbai and Pune recorded maximum traction, taking a combined share of 48% in overall sales during the quarter. These two cities accounted for about 40% of the new project launches too during the quarter. There are some other trends too. A majority of home buying activity over the last 1 year has been concentrated in the above rupees 1 crore price range, closely followed by the rupees 45 to 74 lakh price range. Besides, within the primary residential markets, many new micro markets have developed, emerging as the new property market hotspots in Mumbai and Pune. We spoke to Ankita Sood, Head of Research, PropTiger.com, Housing.com and Makaan.com to do a deep dive and help us with insights on this. Listen in. Hello and a warm welcome, Ankita. Delighted to have you for this show.
Thank you for having me, Gaurav.
Ankita, Mumbai followed by Pune account for the highest share in new supply and demand as compared to other major cities. What are the key trends in these cities and what is the outlook according to you?
So yes, you rightly said the property markets of Mumbai and Pune are indeed at the forefront in India. These two constitute around 50% of both demand and supply. If we look at the first 9 months of 2023, Gaurav, both these cities accounted for a 55% share in the overall new supply and sales in the top cities, across the metros. Not only do these western cities take the highest share, they have also clocked in an impressive double-digit growth year on year. Now, to give the listeners a little bit of context, in January to September period, Mumbai and Pune recorded 19% and 23% a yearly jump in their sales numbers. Now, if I speak about supply, it recorded a 26% uptick, while Pune grew at an even more staggering rate of, close to 100% jump in the same period. Now, we see that this growth is fueled by the city's expanding IT sector. Also, the back-to-work phenomena has fueled the demand in the city. Now, there was already a pent-up supply in the offering, as we know, because of the COVID slump. That, coupled with high demand, is playing very well, for the Pune market. Now, you were asking about the outlook, and we are, towards the fag end of the year. In both Mumbai and Pune, the current demand we see is nearly 90% closer to the 2022 levels. And historically also, if we analyze the numbers, typically the last quarter and the first quarter of the new year, it witnesses peak activity as the buyers are finalizing their home purchase, and decisions that were taking during the festive season. Now, given all of these trends, it is likely, rather we expect that Mumbai and Pune will finish very strong in both, demand and supply in 2023, which will get carried on. The momentum will get carried on in the next year as well.
Ankita, let's delve into the specifics a bit, particularly within Mumbai and Pune. Which are the new micro markets that you see as emerging as focal points for property sales and launches, Ankita?
Now in Mumbai, the peripheral micro markets continue to be the realty growth hotspots in the MMR region, with suburbs that are contiguous to the mainland, such as Thane, Navi Mumbai, Mira Road. They are, on the radar of home buyers and of course developers, because they're looking at the peak demand here. And also we know that the central Mumbai is of course not affordable. Now these localities have not only witnessed the highest demand, but also they are witnessing the maximum number of new launches in the past 3 quarters. Thane West, Dombivli, and Panvel, these are the top localities in terms of both new launches and sales. Now, the majority of new supply and demand, Gaurav, is concentrated in the low to mid segment in case of Dombivli and Panvel, while in the case of Thane, it is seen to be concentrated in the upper mid segment. Coming on to Pune, micro markets along the Nagar Road in Western region and the Pimpri Chinchwad are witnessing, maximum residential activity right now, and they are at the forefront, accounting for the highest number of new launches and demand in the city. Delving down further, micro localities such as Hinjewadi, Charoli, Budruk, Kharadi, and Ravet in Pune, these are standing out as notable areas and are experiencing a lot of home buyer activity, according to the current trends.
Ankita, are there discernible patterns that you were noticing indicating a preference among buyers for homes within specific price ranges in Mumbai and Pune? Can you provide some insights on this?
Absolutely. Mumbai being the most expensive market in India, both demand and supply are, concentrated in the higher ticket sizes. But we can see a slight variation that as we are moving away from the main island city, the peripheral areas are offering homes in the low to mid segment as well. For instance, currently both new supply and demand are concentrated, in Thane, which is closer to the main Mumbai area, and in relatively far areas, such as Panvel, Dombivli, which are relatively further away. Now, these peripheral areas, demand and supply is concentrated in the less than 45 lakh price bracket, while in case of Thane, majority of the homes are being sold, within the price range of 1 to 3 CRs. So yes, there is a different product offering in the Mumbai region as well. Now, in case of Pune, the preferred ticket size has always been, the 75 lakh price bracket. However, studying the past trends, what we are seeing is that there is a visible shift towards premium properties that are priced above the 1 crore price bracket. Now, the share of these properties sold has been increasing constantly, which is absolutely, marrying the hypothesis that yes, there has been, a significant shift with people wanting better lifestyles and an upgradation. So if we look at the numbers, the price bracket has constantly improved during the post the pandemic, and is currently 10% compared to 9% what it was doing prior to the pandemic, the 1 crore and above price bracket in Pune. Micro markets such as Kharadi, Baner, Kuthrud took the highest share in demand in this particular price bracket. So yes, on the Pune side as well, there has been a notable shift. And Gaurav, we're seeing that across the cities as well, that there has been some shift in pattern of, what was the sweet spot for the home buyers prior to the pandemic, and how that shift has happened post the pandemic for the home buyers.
Thanks, Ankita. Thanks for dropping by and sharing your deep insights and perspective for this podcast.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you.
What is a leave and license agreement? Let's break it down. A leave and license agreement is a legal document that enables a landlord to allow a tenant to use their property for a specific period without any change in its ownership. Leave and license agreements are commonly used in the rental housing segment. In the commercial realty segment, however, the use of lease agreements is more common. This is because a lease creates an exclusive interest in the property in favor of the tenant, while a leave and license agreement does not create an interest in the property towards the tenant. So what are the differences between lease and leave and license agreement? A lease creates an interest in the property, unlike a leave and license agreement. A lease grants a tenant with exclusive possession, while a leave and license agreement only grants permission to occupy the property. Licenses are revocable, leases are not. Leases are not determined by the grantor, while licenses are. Leases are transferable, while licenses are not. What is the legal definition of a leave and license agreement? While various courts have from time to time elaborated on the legal concept, the basis of the leave and license agreement is found in the Indian Easements Act 1882. Quote, where one person grants to another or to a definite number of other persons a right to do or continue to do in or upon the immovable property of the grantor something which would, in the absence of such right, be unlawful, and such right does not amount to an easement or an interest in the property, the right is called the license, reads Section 52 of the Indian Easements Act. According to the Supreme Court, if a document gives only a right to use the property in a particular way or under certain terms while it remains in the possession and control of the owner thereof, it will be a license. Basically, no interest in the property is transferred to the tenant. Since no easement right is granted, the landlord can revoke the permission granted to the tenant at will. In cases where the landlord wants to let out his property for short periods, working out a rental agreement format on the basis of a leave and license agreement gives them the freedom to do so. This is also beneficial for the tenant, as they do not have to serve long notice periods to vacate the place. These days, one can easily get a leave and license agreement online through various relevant websites. That's it from us for this episode. We shall be back again with a fresh episode of Keeping It Real by Housing.com with information and insights on the real estate industry. Whether you are a pro or a beginner, we are here to keep you informed and entertained in the world of Indian real estate. This is Keeping It Real by Housing.com, where we keep it real always. You can catch the episode on Housing.com, on the Housing.com app, on earshot.in, on Spotify.com, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Ghana.com, Geo7, and YouTube. Take care and stay safe.